Hello and welcome back to the World of Tanks Pro League Kickoff Tournament. We're here at the Extreme Masters World Championship, and well, after 2 long days full of action, full of World of Tanks, we are getting there. We're at the finals. Lemming Train will be playing against Spale. Both teams have been doing really good. So yeah, we have to see how this game's going to end. And do you think you're going to do it?
Yeah, of course. We beat them already yesterday, so hopefully we can do it again.
I hope so too. No offense to you guys, but I've been keeping on saying the whole weekend, I'm betting my money on Spale. No offense, you're an awesome team, but do you think you can prove me wrong?
Both teams want to win. I hope we show the best skills, and I hope we won't make any serious mistakes, so we show what we can do the best.
Any special tactics prepared?
Can't say at the moment.
Okay, and you? Anything special planned?
You'll see.
All right, then that sounds promising. So yeah, let's swing the camera over to the caster's desk, have a look at the matchup, and let's get this final started.
And welcome to the caster's desk, the caster's booth. And we're here for the finals after two long days of battles. Some of the most incredible battles I've ever seen in World of Tanks, and I think the finals are going to be even better than the battles have been so far. So, what are you expecting? Obviously, I'm a Spale fan. Who are you for? You're a Lemming Train fan.
Still
yeah,
obviously
a Lemming Train
fan. I still hope for the guys.
Yeah. So, what do you think the score will be? I think it's going to be 2-3 to Spale.
2-3 for Spale.
Yeah.
So I said 3-2 for Lemming Train.
3-2 for Lemming Train.
Yeah. And I can say Abbey will be the 4th map and not the 5th. So I hope we will see Abbey finally in the last
yeah,
game.
4th map is Abbey, isn't it? Yeah.
Again here.
Abbey. We need like T-shirts with Abbey
for the next event.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've gone through tank picking already. We've got a couple of unusual choices here. We've got the Bison and the Sturmpanzer 2 coming out from Lemming Train. They've played Mines quite a few times already, and they've never picked those 2 tanks. So,
but we saw the setup on the first day in the morning as well. I'm not sure if it was Lemming Train or another team, but
yeah,
we saw
same setup. Yeah, it was one of the first games. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But Spale using a little bit unusual with the GV Panther, but nothing too unusual.
Yeah, second T2 light tank.
Yeah, second T2 light tank. They could have used the Bison there, but they've decided that they're going to stick with their guns and use a double TV-2, which we've seen a lot of times before. As you can see, that Spale on your screens right now, and those are Lemming Train. Both teams looking pretty calm, but also anxious. You can see they've got their game faces on.
They are all concentrated and focused.
Yeah. But I think that's without, that's obvious. I mean, whichever team wins this will get the 5,000 euros, and obviously the coveted award of winning an offline event, and especially this offline event, which is going to be, well, they got the coveted award of winning the first World of Tanks Pro League offline event.
It's also a good thing to start in this Pro League with an offline event.
Yeah. I mean, it's this Pro League, those 4 teams, if they just perform well, in the Pro League online, and then they come to offline event with this experience they've gained, I think we could possibly see them winning. Every little helps in this case, and I think these teams have stepped up in this tournament for sure. I don't think we could have asked for any better teams, but we're just going to go in game. We're going to have a little map overview, and this is the final, Spale versus Lemming Train. Here we go. And I'm following Lemming Train. Marcus will be following Spale. Here we go for the finals of this Intel Extreme Masters in Hanover.
Mess Hall 23.
Mess Hall 23. If you're not here already, it's a bit too late. But it looks like Snip is actually pushing up the hill
really
in his TPD-2.
From Spale to the city here. Oh, no.
Just the middle.
Around.
Are they going to the city or the middle?
No, but they are still going straight on for the city with a 5100, a 1390, and a T69, where he is. Oh, it's a T2 light in front. Okay.
It looks like Eurofish is spotted by Snip, but Snip made a big mistake by hitting a rock. You didn't get to see it then, but he did hit a rock, which meant he could have been in big trouble. but Eurelfish is just spotted for a very long time. But the thing is, he doesn't really have to worry, considering that Lemming Train only got a Bison and a
really
Storm
nice
Panther
move by
too.
Spale. They're just joining from behind here with Thierry and Mukilumi and just trying to surround Lemming Train. And Lemming Train missed 150, 100 because he's on the island and far away. So, yeah.
It looks like Spale have actually learned from Lemming Train's tactics. They've just been watching them. We've seen them watching, and they're just completely destroying Lemming Train at this moment in time, using that dynamic speed of that MX-1390 and the T2 light tank. And it just seems to be paying off for them really well. Ilienix, having said that, Ilienix is in a very good position right here. It's taking them a long time to kill him. So, there he finally goes down. Dovahkiin shooting him in the back.
If he can waste enough time to come back with the 5100 from the island.
Yeah.
But I think now all tanks on Reland and the Dint will die in the time. And they spotted both arty. It's also a good job by the T2 light. They spot the two artilleries, and yeah. Puzzling has got to run into cover because he is getting sniped down by that MX-5100. Dovahkiin is behind. Volatractor from the Lemming Train does take down Vatilin in that T69, and Volatractor he's got plenty of shots left in that autoloader gun, but he does have the lower ground. While Dovahkiin has the higher ground, especially in that position. It's very dangerous. And considering Puzzling gets sniped out from Dovahkiin now. Dovahkiin again a great job, and he performed so well this weekend.
Yeah, unbelievable player. Snip is actually trolling. He's a brilliant TPT-2 player, taking out the T2 light tank finally. But, you know, they still have a Storm Panther 2 Lemming Train. Well, Spale have got a GV Panther. We've kind of seen Spale take the initiative in all games, and they're not. This is no exception. They're just completely charged in.
Yeah, but I think Snip will go now for the Arty and try to get out the GV Panther support Puzzling a bit. But, yeah. Now he's done. Puzzling is gone. And now only Volatractor left in his 5100. As Dovahkiin is just staying here really nice, and I think he will snipe on Snip. Snipe on Snip.
Snipe on Snip, yeah. But Snip is also sniping back.
Yeah, and the 5100 as well reloaded and just trying to support the RT.
I think at this point, Dovahkiin and Theory just want to be keeping that higher ground and use the artillery.
5100 is spotted and he can't go really up to the hill because the GV Panther with the Ural still is playing. Yeah, you can doubtly shoot on him if he just tried to attack the 1390, this T69 and the 5100.
But that's the thing. Kaswap did finally land a shot onto the T69, onto the MX-5100, and that means Volatractor will get focused down because they are. Spale was pressured into a bad situation, and they do take him down, giving Spale a big advantage since Lemming Train only have a T50-2 and a Storm Panther 2.
It's only Snip and the Arty now alive, and Dovahkiin is just going for the Arty. He knows the position from the former spot from the T2 light, and you can see he's just on the way to finish this Arty off. And I expect also Snip will not be long.
Snip was actually tracked by Eurelfish. An excellent shot, but I think Snip will actually get the kill on him since he's reloading. Yeah, 8%.
Oh,
and then he. Oh, unbelievable! No. Eurelfish saving his own ass, taking down Snip in that TPT-2, leaving only Kaswap left, and Dovahkiin does take down Kaswap. Spale winning the first round, looking pretty confident. Great game, and they took the initiative like they always do.
Really aggressive to the city. Yeah, well, really nice play.
They just caught them out with their pants down. I mean, that tank was on the island doing nothing really for a long time.
I don't know why they sent this 51 to this position.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just, it was going to be in the open anyway. It was going to be spotted because it's such a big tank. Yeah. But yeah, that means that Spale are actually in the lead at this finals. I mean, I can't believe my underdog is actually winning. I can't believe it. I'm so happy.
But I think they're not the underdog anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
After last year's performance yesterday and today.
Yeah, but an underdog is an underdog until the end of the tournament, I think.
Okay.
It's like Italy winning the World Cup. It's like 1 in 100. Really well.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, if I'm right, Lemming Train we definitely see Abby.
Yeah, I hope so. I think Lemming Train. These two teams have actually met on Himmelsdorf and provided us with the best, I think the best match of this tournament so far. If it's even half as good as that one, it'll just be spectacular. And I can't wait. It's going to be great. But we're going to go over to a commercial now as we wait for these two teams to ready up and get their tanks. So bear with us a second. We'll be back for Game 2 of this Intel Extreme Masters Grand Final here in Hanover. Welcome back. We're in game 2 on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah.
We got the final here for you, Spale versus Lemming Train. Two of our favorite teams. I do like the way Lemming Train play, and I think they play exceptionally well on Himmelsdorf. I think both these teams play exceptionally well on Himmelsdorf. I always thought Spale was a more of an open map kind of team, but it turns out that they're just brilliant on all maps.
As well, good tactics for the city maps, yeah.
Yeah, I think the city maps are just about getting your initial push right, and then getting the good firepower, getting the marked targets, getting the focus on those tanks, and then protecting your own tanks. So I think that's what it comes down to on these C maps. I think that's probably what we'll see. Probably a little bit of just the team leaders trying to work out where the other team is and what the other tanks are doing, and then there will be some sort of big push and fire out at the end of it. So
tank picking has already started, and something surprising, Lemming Train picked 2 IS-3.
Really, we've never seen that before.
Yeah,
that's really surprising. I think what they want to do is they want to be getting that big alpha damage out from the 2 IS-3s. They want to, IS-3 when it can, when tanks are exchanging damage around corners, and you have that one shot to make a difference, that's when the IS-3 counts, and I think that's what they want from it.
If you play at the corner and just trying to one shell and then going back, it's more important if you get the 400 damage hit instead of a 320
That's why I like playing, let's say, an E100 or T110 E4 on Himmelsdorf than I don't know, a faster firing tank.
Exactly, yeah.
With lower damage. So tank ping is almost done. It's just a barrage of 5100s, IS-3s and T32s at the moment.
Exactly.
Just like so many 5100s, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, 3 for the Spire guys and 2 for Lemming Train. But Lemming Train got 2 IS-3, maybe to counter the 3 from Spale.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Spale played, I think, all the time with 3 on Himmelsdorf.
Always.
Maybe thought about, okay, they're playing all the time with 3 5100s, what we can do against it. But I don't know if the IS-3 is the right choice, or better the choice of KV5.
I think one KV5 instead of one of those IS-3s, or perhaps even a 110 instead of one of those IS-3s, may have been a better choice. Yeah. But I think the problem with the 110 is people don't have very much experience. These teams, 110 obviously only just came out a few days ago, so they don't have much experience on it. And no, it came out a while ago, but they don't have that much experience on it.
Exactly.
And
like on T32 or 5100.
Exactly. Even the T69. I mean, it's just one of those tanks where you can just grind a little bit easier. I mean, these guys are more into grinding light tanks than heavy tanks, since they're not going to use the heavy tanks as much. As you've seen, all these lineups involve multitudes of light and medium tanks, as opposed to
focus more actually on these instead of the heavies.
You'll rarely see a team grind a Tiger 2, for instance. I mean, looks like both teams are ready, so we're going to pop into the second game very soon. So
hope for another amazing battle on Himmelsdorf.
I hope for another amazing battles on Himmelsdorf. I think we'll get an amazing battle. Who's starting north, by the way?
I'm on Spale and I'm starting north. Yeah, Spale is starting north.
Spale
is starting from
north. Spale. Yeah. Stop making me say Spale.
I got it, yeah.
But we'll have the map overview, and then we'll be in for the second game of this best of 5 final. So bear with us. Oh no, the team's saying wait, so I think one of their players has got a little problem. I don't know, maybe. I think it'll be solved any second now. So, but yeah, I think we'll see Spale playing pretty similarly as they did on Mines, taking the initiative from the beginning, from the get-go, and then I don't know, maybe they just thought, well.
Lemming Train got also 3 5100. They completely stopped using T32s on this map.
They did.
So maybe they expect that Lemming Train will send one tank to the hill and just pushing forward directly with the IS-3. They are fast enough to just go in front of the 5100s.
And the 5100s obviously be reloading.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have the map overview. We'll be back in a second for the second round of this final. Welcome back. This is the second game of the final. I'm following Lemming Train well. Marcus will be following Spale. It looks like Lemming Train are pushing pretty hard along the 8 line. They've got a T1, an IS-3, 2 IS-3s and 2 AMX 5100s. As you predicted, they are sending one of the AMX 5100s. Oh, he's not going up the hill, he's just taking up. I think he might be trying to take up a position just along there. Let's have a look what
from Spale, I got a lot of pings on the 1-2 line on AB, and it's corner, and just driving with 2 5100s up to this corner. Vatila is going to this window. No, he's far aggressive on D3. Group up with Dovahkiin, and just one 5100 hiding is on C5 in the middle. And yeah, it's a really defensive base setup what they're using actually.
Kaswab, the T1 from Lemming Train, is actually spotted, so it's pretty telltale sign if you put a T1 so far out that you haven't got any tanks there, because you want to be seeing if they push with if they're going to push, if the other team's going to push. So we see it on a lot of maps. Prokhorovka is the most obvious. But it looks like they're actually sending a XP to the T1 for Lemming Train forwards a bit. I think they just want to see if there's a T32 there, which Dovahkiin is spotted. But
really aggressive,
yeah, really aggressive.
But they're pushing directly behind. That's what I say. I expect them with the ES3 directly pushing into the enemies. But I really like this position from Uralfish here. He's just staying in the mid and hiding here behind his corner. He just can go out on the open field directly, can support.
He's going to wait for the Lemming Train push, and then he's going to come out and shoot them in the back.
Push on Dovahkiin and Vatila, he just can shoot them in the side.
It's really nice. Intelligent play by Spale there, definitely. Eurofish living up to his name as one of the brightest guys in World of Tanks. Definitely a rising star in World of Tanks esports.
That's really spotted. The question is what the T1s are doing. Mazi is just staying defensive on the hill, just waiting if he spots an enemy tank. And Mukulumi on the other side is also just in a spot position, not really aggressive.
And the Lemming Train T1 X-Peter is just staying with his heavy tanks. He's not much use at this point, but I think if they do end up pushing Lemming Train, he will be going into the cap, or trying to find the other T1. So. But I think Lemming Train just know that the Spale guys are going to be hiding somewhere along that line.
They begin to move with the 5100s. They're moving outside forward to Mukulumi. Yeah, Mapiti, and you're just staying here. But now they spotted the tanks in the mid, and they have to drive back. And actually, they are far out of position.
But if we go back to my screen, Ilinex and Snib have shot at least 3 shots, 2 or 3 shots each onto Eurofish, not doing any damage at all. Quite unlucky, but these 2 MX-5100s will be needing reload, and Ilinex is actually getting pushed a bit by Vatila in that T32. He will be held down along with Dovahkiin, but Ilinex is a brilliant player and getting a good shot on him.
But now they got the time that second and third 5100 arrive in time, and they just can group up again. So Lemming Train can't get any advance from this, a bit out of position play by Spale.
The difference is right now is that Spale will actually have the reload on those AMX-5100s.
Yeah, well, no, Spale decided to push, because I think they know, okay, 151 is on reload, let us push and try to finish them. And if you go to my spectate, you see Dovahkiin and Vatila directly go aggressive forward with Eurofish behind, just to find this 5100 while he's in reload.
But if Lemming Train stay where they are, they will be in a good position to counter that offensive by Spale. Puzzling at the IS-3, Snip and Pig Hunter are just waiting for those 3 Tier 10 tanks to go along. But the T1 is taken out, being completely useless, I think. I think they should have moved the T1 perhaps to the 1 or 2 line.
But Lemming Train got not the big problems. They can't really attack. If they really try to attack, directly the T1's going for cap. If you watch the T1s on K2 and K8 are really aggressive and just waiting for the heavies from Lemming Train to attack, to just go into the cap and finish the game by capping. And it's really tricky for Lemming Train now. They can't really attack, they can't really defend.
And Snip just got sniped. A couple of shots from the MX-5100 missing. Theory is well in a good position to deal with that MX-5100 of Snip. But I don't think Theory is too worried about him at this point. I think Snip knows that if he goes around that corner, he's going to be in serious trouble. Lemming Train is a bit surrounded at this point. I mean, Spale do have the map control. They have a bit more flexibility in their position. So. But it looks like Lemming Train actually pushing on to Vatila and Dovahkiin and those T32s. The T32s will be held down, so it's going to be an interesting engagement.
The point is all 350-100s are out of position if they push around this. And they can easily try to finish with the IS-3s, the T32s. They got no hold-down position, they're in the open. And the 5100 puzzling, just trying to support them.
So a pretty big firefight as Dovahkiin goes down to 20%, and he will get taken down. He didn't manage to get into the hold down position quick enough, and it's 3 against 1.
But at the same time, on the other side, the 5100s trying to push around and just finishing Snip and Alien in a 3-on-2. But yeah, it looks like they're fighting really well. Snip will finish Muppety maybe soon. Oh, Thierry is also finished. It's a 1-on-1 trade, and Puzzling is driving back to support them as well.
But Eurofish does have the HP advantage in this situation, so and Vatila is doing an excellent
job. He tracked him, but 0 damage. Yeah, I think Alien X is, second shot without damage. Alien X is on reload, and I think Eurofish should have to reload as well soon. But now we see the cap pressure with 2 T1s, and Puzzling recognized it, and he's just trying to get back. So maybe the track shot was no mistake. He just tried to that it didn't reset the cap.
Puzzling will be able to reset the cap to 50%, meaning that Spale has a lot longer to wait for that cap, and the second T1 will go down. But you know, it did provide a good opportunity.
I think interesting will be if the T32 of the IS3 win this fight. This is actually nice.
Vatila does take on 2. Unbelievable gameplay on him, taking both Velociraptor and Pig Hunter. I mean, you can't ask for any more from a player.
Yeah, was a bit lucky with a damage roll. But happens, yeah, it's just the game. But I think he had to wait for Eurofish to spot the second one before driving out as 1 shot. That was not the best move. Yet no, Eurofish is the last one alive in a 2-on-1. And the hit points look not that good for Eurofish.
I think at the end of the day, Spale did play exceptionally, but Lemming Train did manage to get the better positions, I think.
I think it was a good decision from Lemming Train to just push in with the IS3 with 150-100 to finish his 2 T32s after they spotted the 50-100 on the other side of the map. That was a really nice decision by Lemming Train, and in the end it was the game. Yeah,
but
nice.
GG to Lemming Train, 1-1. Mines went to Spale.
What this means, we definitely see Abby.
We definitely see Abby.
Yes.
I mean, I'm surprised we had to get to the final until we saw Abby finally, but it's just how the game goes, I guess. Both teams not looking. I don't know. Maybe the Abbey will either be really exciting or really boring. I don't know.
I think really exciting.
Really exciting. I think.
As we played against Lemming Train on Abbey, we played also the really aggressive style on the trench, just going forward with 1390s, with the 50-100 behind them and cover, tier 7 RT, and really aggressive play style, getting the map control with the T2 light and trying always play aggressive. And
Lemming Train are a pretty aggressive team. I mean, out of all the Polish teams, I would say they're the most aggressive by far. But so are Spale. Spale are just, they're so aggressive that it's hard to be more aggressive. That's the problem with Spale.
Exactly, I mean. Yeah, that's a good point,
but yeah, we're going to go over to a commercial, then we'll be in for our 3rd round of this best of 5 final.
Grand final.
And welcome back. We're on Prokhorovka right now. The third match, 1-1. Mines was taken by Spale, and Himmelsdorf was just won by Lemming Train. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how the teams will perform on a more open, a slightly more dynamic map. Although Mines is hard to be more dynamic. But you know, I think the best way to think of Prokhorovka is it's just an open canvas, and the teams can draw whatever tactic they want onto it.
Exactly. You can play nearly every tactic, and the tank picking is actually already done, and I don't know why teams stick least to the 5100 in Prokop. Lemming Train picked the 5100, and Urofish picked for Spale only T69s and 1390s.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he's still using this 5100.
No idea. I think that kind of gives away Lemming Train's tactic a bit. I mean, if they're starting from the north, then they probably put that 5100 into the green zone and perhaps use the scouts to go forward and scout
from the
south. Yeah. So. I don't know, maybe they're just looking for a little bit more firepower for the city push.
Yeah, I think they will push for the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost, or you know, perhaps what they want to do is what Kazna crew do. They put the T1 first to scout anyone on the green zone, and then they use the 5100 amazing firepower to rain down hell on the Spale guys.
For sure. Yeah.
That could be it as well. So both teams are ready. Almost ready. What we do, like we always do, we'll have a little map overview, just give you an idea of how the map looks and plays in general. Then we'll be getting to this third map. It's best of 5. No, not that we definitely got Abbey. So one more map after this, and that'll be the decider.
Exactly.
So here we go. Once again, and I think this is going to be one of the best Brokarovka matches we've ever seen. So hold on to your seats.
Who's your winner for this map? What do you expect?
Not sure. We'll see.
Okay. So let the teams decide.
And welcome back. I'm going to be following Lemming Train while Marcus will be following Spale. Looking at Spale right now, they looks like they're pushing.
Going directly aggressive on the 1-2 line, like expected. T52s going directly to the mid. Dovahkiin is also following Marzi. Maybe he will try to secure this little hill in the mid.
And it looks like Lemming Train are kind of spread over across the right side a bit. Obviously sending those 2 TV-2s first, just to get the beginning shots out.
Exactly,
those TV-2s always do the same, almost hitting each other, but the kind of skillful players, they did realize that they were they were going to hit each other.
But Dovahkiin is really trying to play aggressive in the mid and just hit also one shell on Snip.
And looks like Lemming Train are taking a lot of shots. Dovahkiin will be able to take him down with that excellent reload, excellent time between shots of that T69. Brilliant play from Dovahkiin, really.
But no, he's on reload. But Puzzling is in the same position like in the last battle on Brokarovka, behind this rock and just trying to snipe. But Dovahkiin is perfectly countering this position. I think they watched this also and know, okay, we have to set one tank on this position.
I think they countered the whole thing. I think that getting the T50-2 out like that, they knew it was going to be that. They knew going to try and go across the train tracks, and they just countered it perfectly. It was a beautiful play by.
But he could get tracked on the open, and I think the Artie is reloaded soon.
But Pig Hunter also taking 360 damage. I think that was from
Vatila.
The question is, which artillery is on the in the better form? Kazov is obviously excellent, and also is Eurofish, so it could go both ways.
But Dovahkiin got a problem. His driver is killed, and also the gunner. So bad accuracy and really slow on the T69 now.
But it looks like Kazov is up in the artillery, and Eurofish will take him down. Beautiful shot from him.
Nice.
A massive mistake from Lemming Train, and that will put them back a fair bit.
But the directly the counter push on Dovahkiin, he's down on 295 hit points. I think they will finish him directly fast.
But also Puzzling will get taken down, I think, by Vatila in that T69. He will go down, and Dovahkiin still on 4%, but he will get taken down. But Snip also goes down as Theory just comes in with that Formula 1 T50-2. And it's 2 against 1 in this situation, but it looks like Vatila is reloading.
Yeah, and Pig Hunter just joined the battle, but I think he is also on the reload soon, and they got no artillery anymore.
But the thing is, Moki Lumi from Spale isn't on reload, so...
Yeah.
And we've only got Pig Hunter left in the MX-5100. I wonder how much damage he actually did in this battle.
I think he hit 4 of the 6 shells, and now he's on reload.
Yeah.
He missed one time on Dovahkiin as he was up on the top, hit him one time, tracked him, and then he shoot 3 times.
But Pig Hunter was tracked, he's on 43%, and I think he'll go down any second now.
Is reloaded, and the T52 as well. GG, really fast game. And
unbelievable game.
Wow.
Third game going to Spale.
Excellent play from them. Again.
Yeah, they've taken the lead. I mean, I told you that would be one of the best maps on Prokhorovka. That was one of the best matches ever, I think.
Definitely.
The great thing about that match was just Spale knew exactly what Lemming train would do, and they countered it perfectly in almost every respect.
Exactly, perfectly. And they even know where the artillery at the beginning located.
Exactly.
He was definitely aiming. He was just shot, popped up, and directly dead.
It looks like Spale looking pretty comfortable. They're even laughing and joking with each other. And the same can't be said about Lemming train. They look pretty serious.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think Lemming train could pull this back on Abbey because it's a map we haven't even played yet.
They're really, really strong on Abbey, the Lemming train guys. And yes, Spale was not that strong on Abbey in the past, but with the new team, I didn't know if they got new tactics, trying something else, just copy something maybe. But yeah, Lemming train was always really strong on Abbey, so maybe we see again a draw.
You know, if it goes 2-2, we will be going to White Park as our last game. So, and that's going to be a good game either way.
We see on White Park again this Tier 4 RT and the Tier 5 Scout.
Yeah, but they can't. I don't think they can use that tactic again. I think that was like a one-shot wonder.
It's too easy to counter now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that match was incredible, but you know, it's one of those. You know, it's one of those. You know that
it one time. And
you know that tactic used on White Park in Katowice, where you push the KV5 through the under the bridge. That's that's like that. You know, you can only use it one time, and then it's useless because you know it's easy to counter. Yeah, exactly. So, but we're just going to change maps. I think we will see pretty similar lineups to Prokhorovka. I don't know about the artillery because Abbey isn't the easiest map to play as an artillery.
Yeah. I expect at least minimum 2 3090s or T69, maybe 1 or 2 5100, T7 RT and a T2 light tank.
I think the same.
Yeah.
And I think you will see is the T2 light tanks and the T1s probably being used a lot because the initial spots are really important on Abbey, especially along that lower road.
And it's a really huge map. If you spot everything, you have to use the T1 and the T2 light, and you have to use them really proper.
Exactly, and I think you know, it's a question if the team is going to use a TP-2 or not, or maybe use a VK because you know, a TP-2 it's not a damage dealer, and I think on Abbey there's always that situation where you have like 3 or 4 tanks against 3 or 4 tanks, and you need that VK's damage just to.
The problem is this map is in the end it's in an open map, so you can't go around the corner and stay directly next to the tank. So it's really hard to bring this VK in fight.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to really close to the enemy tank to get this big hits, and on this map you need a long way to drive to the enemies.
That's true.
Normally you're already done. If you see a VK, you have directly to focus it.
Yeah.
It's only a 2 or 3 shot, so it's not the best tank for Abbey.
Yeah, okay, well, fair enough. I mean, I think also you got to remember that the initial spot at the beginning when both scouts go up the middle, it'll be up to which artillery player manages to get the shot on there, and the VK is going to be a lot easier to hit than a TP-2. So just waiting on both teams to to switch map at least.
Yeah, I think they're doing a short bio break. Just staying up and.
Yeah, I think they were just getting up to go to the toilet.
3 games, they need a short break.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to toss it over to commercial while the teams get ready. So we'll see you on Abbey in just a moment. Welcome back to the grand final of the World of Tanks Pro League warm-up event, I guess we can call it. you know, I think this is elite money for elite players at the moment. 5,000 euros in the kitty. Whichever team comes up on top in the next game, potentially next 2 games, will be taking that nice bit of pocket money home. I don't know, by themselves, maybe even a new tank or something. I don't know. I want one of those little tanks. You know, have you seen the Wargaming Harlem Shake video? Have that little tank in the office. I would use my money on that. I mean, how cool would that be?
That's cool. Yeah, if you drive to your kitchen, get something to drink on.
just attach a little camera to it and just have it as a beer carrier.
Would be awesome, and you can just shoot the Coke bottle and then you're falling down the tank, switch it up and bring it to you.
I mean, tanks are just good in the household. I mean, it's
good for everything.
Exactly. It's so good. Yeah, but it looks like the teams have switched finally to Abbey.
We see a VK, like you.
Yeah, I thought
predicted.
I thought one team in a VK. Which team's north? I think. Lemming Train in north?
No, Lemming Train south. Yeah, the Lemming Train team. Yeah, Spale in the north. Yeah, Lemming Train like south more. If they have the choice, they will play from south.
I think they had the choice in this one. Yeah. Because the 2 teams, they pick 3 maps, which well, best of 3, the 3 maps, but 5 maps now, which they prefer, and then it's a toss-up which ones gets which. So we have actually started tank picking now. We got, have we? Yeah, I think so.
You see T69 on both sides.
T69, yeah.
T2 light tanks, and yeah. They used the VK and the
Sturmpanzer too. I thought they would use a Sturmpanzer. I mean, obviously that Sturmpanzer's got a great firing arc, and on Abbey where there's so much cover.
Good Angel.
Exactly. Angel?
Angel.
Good Angel. I love it when people get that mistake wrong. It's Angel?
Angel.
It's such a different word from angle, but it's spelled so similarly. You know, it's like.
It's a little mistakes for the German car, so
yeah, it keeps me entertained as well. You know. But yeah. Yeah, that Sturmpanzer 2, I love that tank. I mean, I don't know why. If I had the choice and the points didn't make a difference, I would take a Bison just because it's got more shells. Torment only had like 15 shells, and the Bison has like 20 plus. So.
Yeah.
But the Sturmpanzer 2 has a better reload by a couple of seconds. But it's really up to you. But we're going to have a little map overview for you. The first time we've had a map overview on Abbey, so you get to actually see the map. So see you in a second. Welcome back. Spale are in the lead, 2-1 on winning Mines of Brock-Rockler. If they take this, map, they do walk away with that 5,000 euros. So they'll have a lot of pressure on their backs. Let's see if they perform under that pressure. And obviously, Lemming Train, they're not going to give up with a fight. And you've already said that they're excellent players on Abbey, so I think we could potentially see a win for Lemming Train here.
Spale is moving totally to the right side if you switch shot from my view. You see they're all on the 1-2 line. Only a T1 is staying on A8 to just defend the base. Even the artillery is moving up to the hill. It's not a really common position, but they're pushing fast forward, maybe like on mines. They want the direct push, an unexpected from Lemming Train to just surprise them. But yeah, they're just facing each other actually. They spotted the 5100.
They spot Dovahkiin has spotted the T69. But if we pop over to Lemming Train's team, they've pushed the VK2801 very far forwards. I think he might just be trying to spot in case maybe a tank decides to move out the base. Muppeteer is taking down the T2
just waiting to go into the base and just starting the cap pressure.
Yeah, something like that, or maybe they're hoping that Eurofish hasn't moved out of the base and he will be spotted and maybe killed.
Yeah, but the whole push from Spale stopped a bit because they spotted the enemy team so aggressive on the side, and I think they expected that they play from the other side. Lemming Train normally use the late line, and now they're playing on 1-2 line and directly focus each other. Yeah, Spale have to react on it. I think they don't want to stay at this position. They wanted to push a bit more aggressive instead of staying on D1-2. Because if you got the high ground on EF2, you got the map advantage, you got the map control, and you can react to everything. And now, yeah,
but it looks like Iliax and Velociraptor in the T69 and the VK are pushing onto Eurofish, the wargaming account. I think it is the CeBIT account. He's in that GV Panther and he was spotted, but obviously Lemming Train are opting not to use a big artillery again, so Caswell won't have the range to kill him. But it does mean he was spotted. It does mean the 2 tanks were spotted. So Spale do know that they're missing 2 tanks.
Oh, Artie
for
was
the push.
spotted. He got a big hit. And he's done. Nice.
Eurofish is down. The GV Panther. We said that Lemming Train are very good on this map, and they're certainly proving it. If we can just pop over to Pig Hunter, there's a big push here. But Pig Hunter's on 20, and he goes down very quickly. Snib will be focused down next. Spale know that the 2 other tanks are completely out of the way, and they're just killing these 2 5100s like they're not even
passing
there.
and Alien X joining from behind, and yeah, they will raid Mukilu, and as next Snip will die now, but they're still with 2 fully reloaded tanks here in the back of
and they can
Spale.
just focus down Dovahkiin, but it looks like the 2 Vatila and Mokilumi have actually avoided getting just completely focused down by these 3 tanks.
Yeah, Vatila is moving forward. I think he is expecting that the enemy team is reloading and just trying to get the advantage, but they still got this VK28, and he's definitely reloaded and waiting for Vatila.
But it's funny how the Stone Panther 2 hasn't spotted.
Yeah,
and
the Stone Panther hit him. That was
even
an
hit
hit.
it. Yeah, beautiful shot from Kasov. It took him only 2 shots to get a good, finally get a good hit. But this is 2 269s against each other. But Vatil didn't have the HP advantage. So, but Iliax does look like Iliax is reloading.
But Puzzling is trying to support him, and now he will finish. Hopefully, he's shooting on Mokolumi first, because Vatila is always on reload. I don't know why he finished him first, because he got all the time he wants after he killed Mukiluni.
But it does look like Mokilumi goes down, and only Maisie left. And Maisie will be taken.
Yeah, he finished the Storm
Panther 2, but he'll be chased down. And as you said, it looks like Lemming Train was the better team on Abbey. Yeah. And it's our first game on Abbey. I'm ashamed we didn't see more of it, because it was a great map. Great game as well.
Map, how it should be in a final.
Exactly, 5th map. I can't believe it. 2-all. Spale taking Mines, Spale taking Prokhorovka, but Lemming Train bring it back on Himmelsdorf and Abbey. So we're going to the final game on...
nice move. Yeah. Blop, blop, blop.
Looks like they got game faces on. They know they're back into the game.
Yeah.
And this is exactly how a final should be. I mean, I can't ask for a better final. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, and no white puck.
Just white decided. Yeah. Suddenly, Spale looking a lot more serious. No more laughing there.
Yeah. A bit more focused.
A bit more focused. I think perhaps they even knew that Lemming Train had the a little bit of better tactic, because all Spale did on that map was just put all their tanks in one position.
Yeah, so the problem is normally Lemming Train pushing always on the 8 line. In the last few weeks, they always play on the 8 line, and Spale said, okay, let us push on 1 line, directly going to make pressure. We got the high ground Artie, and just going forward, move into the position, make something different. Yeah, and Lemming Train said, okay, we had last weeks, we always played on the 8 line, just we have to change something. We're going to the 1-2 line, and the problem was Spale was not really he said, okay, what's now? Yeah. And in this time, Lemming Train goes to surround them with the T69 and the VK.
And obviously that Tier 6 artillery, the GV Panther, did absolutely nothing in that battle.
Exactly,
and the VK for Lemming Train paid off, doing, I'm not sure how much damage he did, if we can have a little look, but I know Eurofish and the GV Panther did pretty much 0 damage, while the VK did 1.2k. So, you know, it paid off for them in that situation. Nice, he did 400 damage, Eurofish, so the short time he was alive, he was all right.
Yeah, one splash damage. I think it was also on the VK. He survived with 210 hit points, something like that, in the direct fight. But yeah, as Artie, you have no chance in the melee fight against the VK. Exactly. It's just luck.
Yeah. Well, we're going to throw it over to commercial before we go into the final match on this on this World of Tanks Pro League warm-up offline event. Welcome back to the World Tanks Pro League Grand Final match.
Exactly, yeah.
Talk about the lineup. What's going on here? We have noticed that Lemming Train are doing the same thing.
Lemming Train stick to the same tactics we used in the semi-final with this tier 5 scout and the tier 4 artillery. And
but that's a
350-100s.
I'm wondering if that's going to pay off for them, because there's only one way they can use that artillery and even the T3-2.
Exactly, yeah.
So Spale will know what they're going to do.
And they're starting again from the south, Lemming Train.
Yeah.
So I will have to play the same tactic.
But I think it depends on if that grill can connect a good 700 damage shot onto one of Spale's tanks. Yeah. But other than that, we've got pretty standard lineups. We've got a 5100 T32 and a couple of T69s in there. So it's going to be a brilliant match. I think Y Park, we've only seen good matches on Y Park. I think the main problem the teams seem to have on Y Park is that they react to the other team's push too much. Like they will just, like there's tanks going to the green zone, and then the other team will push straight into the city, and it's an error. So
but this time I expect that the Spar guys will directly push on the right side of the map, because it's the only option where they can hide the arty or just stay with the scout. And if they directly push at this position, they can just play with one heavy tank more and end the game quickly.
But both teams are ready. We are ready. So is everyone at home ready? Because we're going to the final of the final.
Don't run away anymore.
This is just the warm up for the World Tanks Pro League. You know, the final. You know, when we go into the actual offline event in summer sometime, it's going to be like this and even better.
Exactly.
But we're gonna have a little map video and we're ready to roll out. And welcome back. I'll be following Lemming Train while Marcus will be following Spale. This is the final. I can't wait to see what happens. I think Lemming Train are doing exactly the same thing as they did last time. Yeah, they're sending all tanks to the green zone while putting the T1 Cunningham over into the left-hand side of the map just to get good spots on. But Spale knows that. They've sent Theory.
Like we predicted, sending all tanks on the 0 line, 9 line, 1 or 2 in the mid. But the main focus is on the 0 line, where they know, okay, Lemming Train is waiting for us.
Let's swap over to Spale to see exactly what they're doing, because I want to see how they're going to counter this lineup.
Just pushing forward with all 5 tanks to directly end this. Novakin is here in the front and trying to spot and scout everything, and he spots puzzling.
But if we pop over to my view, we can get an idea of exactly how this engagement will play out. We got Pig Hunter in a kind of a bad situation there. He can get focused down from right and left. Obviously, Muppety and that T32 will be hull down behind those train tracks. But you know, the train can get destroyed, so it could also be a bad position for Muppety. And we'll have to see how this grill actually pays out for them.
But I also really like the position of the T1s from Spale. One here in the mid and one on this position on A1. It's perfectly to reset the cap, even if the T52 snip just joining them. Okay, Mazi get no spotter. That was maybe not the best move, but they still got Mukulumzi to reset the cap as the T52 tried to cap. So.
But I love Ilinex's position here. He's in a great position just to get a couple of shots on, and Eurofishers go down to 1% HP, and Dovahkiin takes 700 damage from the grill. Not looking good for Spale, but Ilinex will only have a couple of shots before he'll have to reload. You know, they should just push Ilinex. I'm not sure why they're not doing that. Spale kind of going into a death trap at the moment, but Pig Hunter is on low health as well. And Pig Hunter will get focused down by Dovahkiin in the T69. And Pig Hunter missing a shot, and there goes down Pig Hunter, that AMX 5100. And Ilinex does look like he's running away in that T69. But Velociraptor from...
The problem is Lemming Train need to finish this thing. Yeah, now they're doing it. The problem is all tanks are low, but they didn't manage to finish it. But Ilinex come now from the side, I think, and try to end the life of the few tanks. Dovahkiin is also one-shot now.
But the puzzling is going to get focused down by Vatila.
Yeah. No, it's only Vatila and Muppety. And Vatila is also down to 20%. It's just fighting with puzzling. But I think puzzling is already reloading.
But Schnip is just brilliant TP-2 play. He's just getting shots on. But Vatila does take down puzzling. So it is 2 against You know, we could potentially... Oh, Muppety taking down Kazov in the grill. There goes their big damage. And
the point is, no, it's the point, they got only one T69 and T52 against two T32s, and in the end, the safe win by Lemming Train switched around to a Spale win. It's really hard now for Lemming Train to
Yeah, but the thing is about Spale.
Oh, big shot by Alien X. If he managed to escape now from Muppety.
Yeah, he will be able to get, he will get one more shot.
Nice.
And there we go, down. Lemming Train taking the win here at the...
Wow!
Taking the CeBIT. Oh my god.
So amazing. Just Spale will turn it around and just win the map in the end, as well with the two T72s. And then they finish the...
Big congratulations to Lemming Train, taking the 5,000 euros. Commiseration to Spale, unfortunately coming second. I mean, that map was so close, it's unbelievable.
It's the best possible final map for a final. It's the 5th map and it's so close, and the turnaround and the turn back, and then a 2-on-1 with a T69 against two T32s, and he managed to kill both.
But that's the autoloader for you. He just managed to get the damage out.
The fast fire rate, exactly.
Man, I can't believe your team won.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I got 12 beers from you.
I can't believe it. As we shake hands, as we shake hands. But GG's to Spale, played unbelievably, really taking the initiative on every map. And you know, they're not playing for anything apart from money, so
wow.
We're going to see more of this at the World Tanks Pro League, definitely.
I hope for. Every match was so exciting. Wow. And it was a perfect end. So this turnaround, except they're running into the trap and then they managed to kill the grill and going back to the T32s, trying to focus on the T69 and the T69.
You know, I think the mistake Spale made is that they perhaps pushed in the wrong area. I think that T69 of Alien X actually completely carried the whole of Lemming Train.
And one mistake was as well, they pushed forward with the autoloaders, with the weak 5100s and the T69 into the enemy waiting 3 5100s instead of going with the T32s in front. Even if the T32s die fast, the 5100s are empty and then they can finish them easily off and they don't can run away.
But we're gonna toss it over to Steven. He'll be talking to the he'll be talking to the CeBIT winners. But first of all, we need to just have a look at exactly who did the most damage in that match.
And check the damage of the grill.
Yeah, grill did 1.2k. So pretty much 2 hits. So that's a T69 pretty much dead.
4 tier points and he killed a T8. Basically.
So that grill didn't pay off for them in the previous match when they used it, but it did pay off for them in this one. I want to have a look at how much damage Alien X did in that T69. Where is he? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 2k damage. That's 1.5 tier 8 tanks. Unbelievable play from him. But you know, it's a city map, so the damage is spread out completely over the whole team.
Yeah, but Alien X, that's the way how they had to play in the final game, and the final grand final, you have to make it.
You know, I think people, I mean, World Tanks is completely a team-based game, but one player playing exceptionally like any first-person shooter, it's a first-person shooter, kind of, like Counter-Strike. I mean, one player can carry the whole team, and we've seen that throughout the tournament. We saw
like Andrew do for SPP.
Andrew carried SPP, and Alien X in that last game carried Lemming Train. So we're going to go over to Steven. He'll be talking to Lemming Train, the leader of Lemming Train, and we're going to get his impressions. He might be a bit excited, so tossing over to there. So see you in a sec.
Holy macaroni, what a final. It was really, really close. Lemming Train taking it 3-2 against Spale. The last game, it couldn't get closer. One tier 8 tank against 2 tier 8 tanks on the Spale team. All was looking really good for Spale. I was even betting on Spale. I'm honest with you guys. But then they managed to win the game. How does it feel winning a major tournament?
After losing 2-1, we also kind of we thought the Spale will win. I did personal mistake on Prohorovka. It was my fault, so we were oh my God, we're gonna lose this tournament. But I think we did a great comeback and win the last 2 maps. We need to play second time our secret tactics on White Park. It worked again. I'm totally surprised too, I think.
It was awesome. White Park for me was the best game out of all of them, just because the ending was so close.
But I think the Himmelsdorf was the close one too. Also, I think it was great game between 2 great teams. Man, I'm so excited at the moment.
I believe it, man. Like winning a major tournament, being first, it's not just, of course, you got a big amount of money as well. That's an awesome thing, winning some cash. But yeah, not just the cash, it's a feeling winning something big.
Yeah, it's offline tournament. Everyone, it's great that we can come here, meet with guys. We normally only hear on voice chat. We met, we qualified to Pro League, we won tournament. We are so happy.
That sounds awesome. Well, yeah, let's leave it with this. We are all happy. It was an awesome, awesome tournament. We're just going to just swing the camera over to the caster's desk. They're going to analyze the games, and after that, we're going to get all the teams up the stage, give them their checks, and yeah, that's it. So give it up for Lemming Train, and let's give it up to the camera, to the moderators, to the casters. Sorry.
And welcome back. That was the best final we could ever hope for. That was the best tournament we could ever hope for.
It was definitely the best tournament. So high skill on every map, so many action. It was definitely the best LAN event. And I think of nearly everyone.
Yeah, and I think it really demonstrates how World of Tanks is growing as an esports. And I think it's so exciting. Loads of people are saying, World of Tanks, everyone's just camping. I don't think there's one single time where we had that.
Actually, I was speaking to somebody across just while I was watching those games, and he was saying, I love that you guys are basically telling the esports community, like, you thought this game was slow.
Come at me.
You thought our game was slow.
Tell that to Spale.
Tell these games out.
Slow, Going in with their like Formula 1 cars, like woo, woo, woo.
Yeah,
it's great to see,
Those games really deserve it to Lemming Train. Those guys
definitely
owned the hell out of
I mean,
Spale
we could see how strong they were.
Wow.
So strong, yeah.
Wow, really good. And you could see that they really wanted it. The reaction that the team had was just awesome to see. So
to fight
really
it 2 times back. First Spale win, then they get the draw, and then again Spale win, and Spale was taking the lead.
And then Lemmings are like, right,
Lemming came
Super Saiyan. Oh, it was so good.
But I think the problem with Lemming Train before has been that they've been a little bit inconsistent in their gameplay. They obviously beaten like the top teams, like more than most teams. But I think they really pulled it together at this event, and a lot more consistent than they've ever been before.
But they're a really, really young team.
Exactly.
I mean, Lemming Train is a very adjusted team, but Spale, apart from the captain, is a totally new team.
New team.
So considering this is their first ever
even
event,
like playing together, this is one of their first times.
These guys are going to be terrifying in the.
So much talent.
And it's funny because you come in and a lot of people were saying, Spale, how did they get into this league? And it's like, that's how they got into this league.
That's what I said, I went for the underdog and it kind of paid off. They came
I would say at this point they're going to be favourites to be one of the top teams in the league now. They're terrifying people.
Okay.
So it's really, really good. So without further ado, we will go into the replays, I think. That Mines game.
That Mines game. that Mines game. We need to have that on T-shirt as well. That Mine game.
That Mines. We've had so many T-shirt ideas. We've got the T69. Dat Mines is going to be
Shema E100.
Dat Mines. Shema E100. What?
But this map was totally a Spale map. Really played strength. And Lemming Train had absolutely no chance.
The decision-making that Spale, I would say that the individual skill of the Spale players is by far the top team here. I think that they're still lacking that bit of coordination, which we've seen probably later on. That Lemmings are much more disciplined in their coordination, so they clearly have very strong leader. But the individual skill of Spale is terrifying.
And I think another problem with Spale is that we saw in that last map they did like panic a little bit. They got a little bit overexcited. Well, Lemming Train has a little bit more experience and they're a bit more calm.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, coming in, look at this damage.
1 minute in the game, and the first tank, the first 2 Tier 8 tanks are dead nearly. They're just pushing around from the city side.
But this is how Spale like to play. They force people to play their game.
Exactly.
They go in, they go, right, you want to come at us? No, we're coming at you. And they're there with that massive damage.
I really like this light move. He's directly going, as the heaviest, the Tier 8 tank starting the fight, he's directly going for the artist. He's directly going to the base, searching the artist, and try to eliminate
Such an aggressive shot. And I love this move that we see here. We see him, he's like, I don't have a shell. I'm just going to go by. I know you're here. It was awesome. I love that. It was so good. It was such an amazing. In fact, every game was amazing. It was so good, so good to watch. I mean, puzzling. did a great job in all the games, in fact.
He was pretty inconsistent, yeah.
Really, really strategic maneuvering, but sometimes he was just overwhelmed. It was the same way it was. And again, with the Lemming train artillery playing really, really well, Spale are just like, no, we're not giving you time to do this. We're just coming at you, and you're going to have to react, otherwise you're gone, you know? So
exactly. We have to do it fast.
Yeah, it was incredible. Really, really good.
I think Spale having the upper ground in this situation kind of let them win it a bit. You know, they could dictate the gameplay a bit with those hull down T69s.
Yeah, actually, I mean, the one thing I would say about Lemmings is I think in some respects these T50-2s, they're sometimes their strength and sometimes their weakness. And in this map, unfortunately, it was their weakness. That whilst it did have the 2 kills, it was just getting the finishing blow. And once it gets to this point, as you can see, where there is 2 heavies versus an RT versus the T50-2 and an AMX, it's like, if they'd had a AMX 1390 or even a VK at this point, they might have stood a better chance, but that T50-2 just can't hold its own against an AMX 5100.
Exactly,
and a T69 is just, I think we're going to see this tank a lot in the future.
No, I think not only the reload is the strength of the T69, but I think the time between shots is so low that you can kill the AMX 60.
But so many times we saw a T69 with like 60% health going up against a T32 with 50% health, and that's just enough shots for the T69 to take it down. And the T69 just sits there and he's like, all right, let's see if you can do this. And it's so good to watch. And that maneuver that pincer maneuver, where in the end the Lemming train player was just so stuck in between the 2 tanks either side. It was just like, he didn't know what to do.
The good thing is, after he spotted the 5100 and the 5100 tried to force him, he's driving back, and there's a small hubble, and the 5100 didn't get the gun low enough, so he can't shoot. He get one shot on the track, try to follow him, but he can't shoot back.
And there we go.
Still up to the end, perfectly played.
And there we go, like Dorvakin and Thierry really doing insane damage with those tanks.
Exactly,
really just dominating. And Dorvakin is really going to be someone you want to watch. If he does do streaming, I hope he starts streaming. Dorvakin to watch. Really watch him play that T69.
Very talented player.
Really good. And if you want to learn T69, I think that he's the person you want to watch. So I do hope, Dorvakin, if you're watching the VOD, you start streaming. Because I would.
In fact, everyone just start streaming.
Yeah, all these teams, they better start streaming, because I want to be able to watch them and learn how to play these particular tanks.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll move on quickly because we had 5 games.
Yeah, we had so many games.
Oh,
and
so
the voice
good.
has gone more and more.
Moving into the next one was Himmelsdorf. Am I correct? Okay, so if we can just pull that up, we will be able to see it.
This one went to Lemming train. You can see they're pretty decisive by pushing towards the 8 line.
I think that they had that IS-3 and they knew what they were going to do with it, to be honest. 2 IS-3s, in fact, and that's. I mean, I'd assume that Spale knew they were going for something aggressive, because you don't take 2 IS-3s versus 2 332s unless you're going to be pushing it right down their throats.
And that alpha damage at the end of the day did actually work really well for them, because they were trapped. Lemming train were trapped. They were, I would say, a disadvantaged position, but Spale just didn't have the alpha damage to reply at all. So
it was so good, and actually it was one of those games again where it could have gone either way, to be honest. At any point in the game, it was so close. But again, I think that those IS-3s really were the turning point. A really intelligent pick for this map.
In the middle of the game, I expected that Spale will win it again, because both T1s were alive and Lemming train loses both of the T1s. And Spale have played it really well. They're carefully moving forward all the time with the T1s and just going into the cap as the heavy fight starts. And with 2 T1s in the cap, you're so fast, and the game is so fast done. But Lemming train managed to kill these T1s and even hold the heavy fight, the heavy line.
It was a really good maneuver, and really Lemming train in this really showed how they were going to do that. And they went in so decisively that it was Oxy's making faces at us, which is never good.
Brilliant.
Especially not with that face.
And now he's ran.
He's run away. He knows.
Making faces, run.
Get out of here, Oxy.
Now the first push try here from Alien X to the T32s. But then he recognized, okay, I have to run because the 5100's joining from the side. And that's a really good move, that he directly escaped. He didn't try to shoot the 3rd or the 4th shot. Okay, I got 2 shells. Now they spotted me, I have to run.
But the really good move was actually his teammates were ready to answer that Spale's 5100 shot, and they did. They took him down to 50%.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Lemmings had a counter to everything Spale were throwing at them. In all games that Lemmings won, the Spale guys just couldn't use that aggression to take them out because Lemmings were just so cool.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, you come in towards us, all right, we know, we have a plan for this, and also when you change your plan, we have a plan for that too. So it was.
This was also a good move. They recognized, okay, they spotted us on the D4-5. Okay, now we're going aggressive, trying to finish the 5100 because Alien X will reload. He shoot 2 or 3 times, he have to reload. Otherwise, he can't go for a team fight. And they directly push to this position and try. Maybe he's still on the 8 line and we can take him. Yeah, but Lemming train was not anymore at the 8 line.
Yeah, and Lemmings just utilized that overlap that they had, and it was just. It was such a decisive maneuver.
You've got to remember that Spale actually beat Lemming train yesterday on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah.
I think that's why Spale had quite a lot of confidence going into this match. Perhaps a little overconfidence, a little bit of inexperience coming into there.
I think actually the Lemming guys really, they had a bit of pride to recover because Spale have played them, twice before at this point and won both games.
Yeah, so it's 1-1. It's 1-1. I mean, Katowice, they got beaten 2-0, I think it was.
2-0.
2-0. But Lemming train have got it back here, so... I'm looking forward to the next offline event when it's what happens.
It's a bit of a grudge match going on between both teams actually. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be cool. Like Kazna have a little grudge going against.
That was a winning move from Lemming train, just pushing on the T32 5100s from Spale were far out position.
And they saw them forward and they were like go, and they just went in there and that was it.
And that's where the IS-3s.
Yeah, here we go. They can just push the T32. It's great to hold down, but if there's an two IS-3s coming at you, you have to keep backing into a hold down position, and you're just not going to be able to make it. So they really utilize those IS-3s so well.
Fast this kept going on, and they decided, okay, 150-100 directly have to go back.
It's such an unlucky move from Eurofish. Both of his shots did no damage onto that E50-100.
Well, no, there was a miss. The first one was a miss. The second one was a no damage.
In the end, I think he wanted to track him that he can't reset. He didn't want to do damage. He just wanted to stop him from going to the cap to reset that he wants.
Yeah.
So maybe it was that they should
I think he would have gone for damage as well at that point, to be honest. But again, here we go.
But you see Vatila soloing those two IS-3s.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's why we're talking about how talented Spale are.
Yeah.
I mean, they have players like that.
T32 versus two IS-3s, and the T32 started with less health.
Exactly.
At that point, you're like, well, there's no chance. But
you know, Vatila got really unlucky there. Was in a hold down position there, but he just got sniped by the 5100. Just about sniped.
But I mean, if you look at the score here, I mean, Puzzling and Eleanor there, with all kills between them, is just, it shows the power of those AMX 5100s. They're just absolutely demolishing them. So, and again, you can see the relaxation on the guys' faces at the end of that game. They really did relax a lot, which was really nice. So I think they relaxed a bit, and then it was like, oh, let's teach you a lesson then. If you're going to relax, Spale are going to come at you again. And the next game, if we switch over to it, was hectic.
Hectic to say the least.
But that's why like
open
map to follow everything.
Open map, we like these. This is where we can just rush at you and kill you.
Well, that's what can you expect from Spale. I mean, we've seen that so many times before.
They are absolutely epic. And that T69 in the middle, I don't know really how it survived as long as it did in this game.
Yeah, you get at it, but only for
like
400. That was a bit lucky.
Or something like that for most of the end of the game. And the swarm of T50-2s just hounding the final tanks. It was absolutely amazing to watch. It was just showing like the T50-2s that it's like, what are you
but
do?
I think, you know, T50-2s, especially Snip, Lemming Train, he's just unbelievable.
Again, so amazing job to hit the first T52, hit the second time, and finish him. Perfectly done, man.
Just amazing. Dovakin, again in the T69. I'm guessing he is, like me, a fan of it. Unfortunately, like me, he's probably better at it than me, that's for sure.
Like me, he's better than
Like me, he's better at it. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like me, unlike me, he's good at it.
There we go.
There we go.
But Dovahkiin obviously just holding up the centre there, and I think that's what
and again, this tank is so tough. I mean, that's a medium taking an arty shot to the front. It's a little brawler tank, you know. You can just go in there. It's quite happy to do whatever it does, and it takes an arty shot to the front armour. And he's not even at half health with a premium shell. It's just,
it was a bit bad that the arty hit killed his driver and his gunner, so he was really slow and can't aim really well.
It was lucky that then after this, Lemming Train decided to remove that issue by just driving up to him so he can shoot them point blank.
That's why I think he didn't got the first aid kit. He used the consumables.
I never really thought about it, but this position on the map is really perfect for the T69. But that shot,
another T-shot.
That shot, yeah.
You could actually have like that shot just with a shot glass.
Gun here.
And a shot glass.
Or just a grayed out tank.
Yeah.
And there's I want someone to go and make Tanks t-shirts now for us.
We've got a couple of ideas now, yeah.
So yeah, here it comes. Lemming was basically like, right, we're down, we've got to push. And they did take him out, but the amount of damage
takes really long.
Out.
They lose a 1390 with full hit points to kill Dovahkiin, because he bounced 2 or 3 times.
This was my favorite part, just watching them circling. It's just vultures coming in for the kill. And he does a great job, actually, of staying alive and just maneuvering a little bit so that they can't hit him. And then he takes a T50-2 shot, but then he spends the rest of his time trying to shoot the T50-2, which was probably a really bad idea. But so again, game number 3, was it? Yeah, game number 3.
Yeah, it was game number 3.
Actually quite convincingly going to Spale, and everybody at this point was like, Spale got this, you know, Spale are going to take it. So, because this game, I mean, this is the most one-sided battle we saw. Spale just, I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Spale are absolutely exceptional at open maps. Absolutely exceptional, their ability to move. And I love they're just chilling, you know. We were saying also, like, at halfway through the games, Spale don't sit in the crowd and watch the other games. They just go into the lounge and they just relax. It's like, actually, if you look at the other pro teams, that's really what they do. Because, there's the games showing in the lounge for them, but most of the time they go and sleep, because it's best to just clear your mind and just relax. So Spale really treating this very professionally, which is really awesome to see. So. Game number 4. This is the turning point.
The last time for today.
I ran round and I was going to try and pick it up and be like, as I went past. But then I thought you might end up punching me or something.
I think if Spale had chosen Abbey in the previous round, they might have been able to counter Lemming Train, because we knew. I think they might have even known that Lemming Train is a very strong team on Abbey. That's why they played perhaps a little defensively. But you know, I think.
Well, actually, I was talking to Mojo from Kasna when we were watching this game, and he was saying it's not Abbey, the map, that they're worried about. It's the fact that it's a bit random. That you can't 100% detect. Because I know OM like Abbey, right? Because they have they're very commonly putting in a scout right into the town right at the start to spot the random, to remove the random. And once you remove the random, you can lay a trap. And the amount of times I've seen an OM trap, you know, waiting there, the OM wall of death. Exactly. Just waiting there. And I think that these teams aren't particularly comfortable with that, especially when you're using mostly fast tanks. If you're putting even, I mean, you guys put an AMX 1390, right, into the middle.
1390s and
23090s, So I think at this point they're a little wary of the skill of the other team, and also they're like, well, we could do this, but it's quite a risk.
Exactly.
And I think that they're not prepared for that risk in this game. So I think they're actually removing Abbey because it's a risky map from the point of view of you have no idea what the other team is going to do.
There's so many routes of attack on Abbey, and it's such a big map, it's so hard to predict.
If you misjudge the route and you go on an aggressive attack, so for example, you're coming down, if we can bring up the map, that would be really cool. If you're coming down the 1-2 line on the left, and the other team is going sort of straight through the 6-7 line on the side,
or even the trench on the 8
you can basically just miss each other totally and end up in each other's base without ever seeing each other.
And obviously, since the map's changed, once one of the team is capping, it's extremely hard to get them out of that position.
Exactly, So I can see why the teams are removing it. I definitely think our devs will keep an eye on why the teams are removing it on Abbey. But I mean, it's still an amazing map.
Still a really good map.
But from an esports point of view, we'll have to look at it, because if that is something that the teams don't like, then we'll
I don't understand why Ulralfish moved up to this hill, to this position.
Again,
dangerous. I expected that Spale wanted a full push until here, and just getting the map control of the whole side, and they expected that Lemming Train will push like always on the 8 line. But Lemming Train do the opposite of it.
I think really the issue here was that the Spale guys, again, were pushing a little bit too fast in this map. I think they should have pushed to the first bridge, which is what, like C1-2 area, waited just to check that there was no push coming. They didn't have to keep going, but they were really just.
But that's what I think about. Think about this thing about Abbey. I think Spale can't push like that, because Abbey is one of those maps where there's key areas where there's always firefights. It doesn't matter if it's a 7-7 or 14-4 only. If you look on your screens now, you can see a classical area where there's always a firefight, and you can't just push in there like you can on Mines or Prokhorovka, and it doesn't.
Well, also because it's not a sharp system here. It's very easy to just sit with your tank poking over the top, so you're almost 100% protected really with not much to put, and the attacking team are almost 100% open.
Yeah.
So it's a really tough game to push on.
This was a really smart move from Alien X and the VK. Just
again,
follow
the use of the T69 on the sloped edges of the maps.
And no
genius.
Will finish the artillery.
You know, I think by this time Spale had already lost this match. I think by not sending anything towards the middle or any other part of the map, they're blind. Exactly.
Yeah. And the worst thing is that Lemming are coming around behind them. So
I mean that's what happens on this map. Often do you see teams who win are the teams that send a TP-2 or something fast behind the other team.
Yeah.
Because it will just pester them at the end of the day. And that's exactly what happens.
You're sure where all the tanks. So nothing surprising for you can happen.
I think they should have. This move wasn't bad by Spale, but I think they should have really left their tank behind. I think they made the right call here.
Yeah.
They realized they were getting flanked, so they made a big push forwards.
Yeah.
The problem is that push forward wasn't really as effective as it needed to be, and they really didn't take enough tanks down. I also would have potentially just turned around at this point and used the tanks I just destroyed as defense. But to be honest, like you said, I think they'd lost immediately the time they'd actually chosen that attack. So game number 4, basically bring it even, and it was nail biting. And then we went into game number 5, which we'll bring that up in a second. Was White Park, and my God,
my golly gosh. My golly gosh.
That game, I think, was potentially the best game of tanks I've ever seen. It was crazy game. And
what was crazy about it is that Lemming Train used this really unusual lineup and really unusual tactic, and yet they still won. I mean, it was just really strange to see. I'm not sure if Spale actually knew what Lemming Train's tactic was, but it did look like they did.
This use of a T50-2 on this map is really unusual, but actually really clever. I'm really interested in this. I think we'll see this a lot more. So.
But you know, I think the thing is about Spale, even if they made a big mistake with their push, they still could have won. If in the previous match Lemming Train didn't do any damage with that grill, if this match the grill hadn't done any damage, Spale would have won.
Yeah, but unfortunately it did a hell of a lot of damage.
1.2k damage. So
it did some serious shots, which was absolutely awesome. So
the mistake was they sent the auto loaders in front with a weak armor instead of the T32s. If the T32s get finished by the 350-100s just camping in front of the arty, they can surround them with the T69 or hunt them with the 5100s down. But they sent the auto loader, lose the auto loader, and the T32s were too slow, so the 5100s from Lemming Train managed to escape.
So just like a little bit of an experience, perhaps a little bit of an operational error.
I think that at this point Lemmings had that overlap of experience, which unfortunately I think Spale didn't quite have. But really, I don't think that this is an issue for Spale. I think the next game, the next tournament, they're pretty certainly going to be at, because they're just demolishing people. So I have no worries that we'll see Spale again and potentially able to really own some people, which is really awesome. So I mean, this game at this point, I really thought that Lemmings just had this.
I
was like, easy, Lemmings had it. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Look how much damage being put onto Spale.
Huge amount of damage being unloaded, and for almost nothing back, which is crazy. And then suddenly all the Lemming Train tanks just decided to die. And I was like,
it's because Lemming Train didn't actually focus down the Spale tanks, and Spale managed to hide their tanks pretty well.
Taking out that AMX 5100 at the start for nothing, I was really pleased to see. But
all tanks were nearly one shot from Spale already.
They were just also damaged, which was just painful. And the use of those T32s at the end, which was really the key factor. But again, people on the T69, was it Alien X on the T69? This was just absolutely on a mission to destroy every single tank on the battlefield. It was crazy. Crazy good
Snip
damage.
obviously backing up Alien X very well in that TV-2.
And at this point, it's Spale with 3 tanks, Lemming Train with 6 tanks, 5 tanks?
5 tanks,
I was like, easy. And then suddenly all their tanks just started dying. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
I think you can just show that the T-32 is still viable in 7 versus 7.
I mean,
it's just because they use the T-32s wrong, but it's still managed to take down quite a lot of Lemming Train's tanks. So
they took massitive damage, and I really think if Watilla had been 2 shots, they would have won this game. The problem is Watilla, when he comes back at this point, I think
it's one shot.
He just gets, it's 13%. I mean, that's 1 shot from a T69, and then another
not the
2
easiest
shots.
shot to hit this T32 behind directly, and not the one in front. So
it was an incredible kill, and again, There we go. There's the reaction by the guys. They were so happy. I mean, Lemming Train, it's weird. They're at pretty much every offline event we ever do. They're a really, really good team, but they've never actually won anything.
No, exactly.
So it's really awesome for these guys to actually win.
Talking about
once
consistency again for Lemming Train, definitely.
Consistently there in the top, but something happens to them at offline events that they just sort of fall apart a little bit. But actually, it was awesome to see them. They were so together. They've been like tweeting. You know, they're really taking this seriously, and I think they're probably the team to watch going into the league first season. I think they're probably the favourites outside of potentially Veritas if they come into the league. I hope they do. That would be awesome. But I think that Lemmings, I mean, they regularly beat the Russians. So,
exactly. They
one of the teams the
teams.
Russians don't like at all.
That's why they're ultimate favourites for the tournament for me.
Exactly.
Playing so strong.
Yeah. So it's
been great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Today has been. I mean, actually, the two
both days. You can't today. No, both days. It's been like 48 hours of good games. You can't even call it a day.
And the best thing is we're going to pull all replays off all computers, and we're going to post them for everybody to watch on the forums, on the forums or in the news posts. So please check it out on our site. We'll actually have them all uploaded, so you can watch all the games again through the replay system. And I really would say it's probably in the period of 2 days we have seen the best Tanks games ever.
Definitely, yes.
Especially, let's say in Europe. I know that the Russians have a lot of games, and I know that they play really, really well. But I think for Europe, this is definitely the best group of Tanks games we've ever seen.
Definitely.
It's been fast. The games have been close. The crowd has been amazing.
Incredible, yeah.
Everything was perfect,
Yeah, it's been perfect for these guys. And you guys have rocked. Good job.
You've rocked.
Yeah.
Even though,
Thanks to you, Simon.
You owe him beer? No.
You make it possible.
He owes me, no,
because we won the last one.
I think we kind of cancelled it out now.
Yeah, you won the grand final bet was yours, and the beers are yours. So
I think in the end we will drink a beer together.
Yeah.
And we'll be happy.
All right.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, every team has come out as a winner here. Every team's won some money.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously Lemming Train taking the grand prize of 5,000, but Spale walk home with 2.5K.
And I think they're going to use that to probably buff up their team.
Exactly.
Get their website sorted out. One thing that's really cool, and that we haven't actually said, is every team that gets into the season one, our art team at Wargaming are actually going to redesign their logos. So we're going to take all the logos that they had.
Look how good this logo is. They're all going to look better than that.
Oh yeah. So we're going to actually take their logos, if they want, obviously, and redesign them professionally. We have an absolutely amazingly talented art guy in our office, Ali. That was a plug for Ali. He's a badass. He's also the king of FIFA in our office as well. So
that is a big title to hold.
Yeah, he beat our Warplanes producer, who is Queen La FIFA.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant name.
Second place.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Queen La FIFA.
Get him a t-shirt, Queen La FIFA.
Basically he's going to take the logos of all the teams and he's going to fully redesign them, and they're going to keep the teams get a lot of input in what they want, and they can have. Cool. I mean, the Lemming Train logo, for example, is just gorgeous. I love their logo. Yeah. So we're probably going to do a lot with that, but we're going to make sure 3D it, make sure it really nice, redesign it also from the webpage. So these guys are really going to get an advantage, and I know that they're really under the spotlight of a lot of the pro teams that are looking out for them, that are looking into coming into Tanks. I know that the Lemming guys are talking with a couple of people, and I think that this might show them that it might be worth it.
And I think Wargaming, apart from the logos, I think you're supporting the teams a lot. I mean, I know you're in Skype with them all the time, just making sure they're
Unfortunately, yes.
Giving them a bit of help there, here and there. And I'm sure if one of these team leaders come to Wargaming with a problem, they'll do their best to help them.
We try very hard. We understand that it's an emerging esport, so we try very hard to support our players as much as we can. Definitely for the first season, we're also paying all of the travel and expenses for the players. Just to try and help them get into the actual scene. So it's really, the community is really important to us. So that's something that we really want to do. I think that these teams are really great ambassadors for our game. They've shown all of IEM that World of Tanks is one serious esport.
I've seen some League of Legends and StarCraft players watching World of Tanks as opposed to their game. So it's good to see that.
It's good to see.
As my point of player, I have to say thank you, Simon. You have done a so great job in the past.
We're just going to toss it to a little commercial. Then we'll be having our winners ceremony with Stephen and all the teams. I guess
have to run round.
You have to run around.
You guys should probably come, and I don't know if you probably have to wait and do a wrap up at the end of the day.
It's going to be. We're going to see the winners. I think Iliax and all the Lemming Train guys are going to have a big smile on their face. So
I'm going to have so many Skype messages from Carmen when I get back.
Yeah, all right.
So it's good. But he deserves it. He's been working well with those
Big shout out
guys.
to Carmen as well. He's part of the Lemming training crew.
Big up Carmen, who's been away.
So yeah, going to jump into a commercial, so we'll see in a second for the winners ceremony.
What a day, what a tournament. It was awesome. Lots of games, lots of awesome games. Actually, I can't remember one single game what was boring, or like, there weren't no games that were boring.
Yeah, there was no boring games.
It was just awesome. The team's done good. Yeah, we have all 4 teams are winners. They all won a slot for the World of Tanks Pro League. They won money and they had a great time. So everybody's a winner here. So yeah, it's an awesome game, awesome day. And I got the esports manager to my side. He's gonna. Well, what are you going to do?
I'm like the pretty girl who hands the checks out.
You're just on my side to make everything look better, don't you?
Just to make you look taller.
Yeah, no, I don't look taller. I am taller. So anyway,
standing on a box.
We should just carry on getting teams up here.
Yeah.
It's getting awkward.
We're not important, they're important.
Exactly. So yeah, third win of the day, or of the tournament, is 1SPP. So 1SPP, guys, if you want to come up the stage, give it up for 1SPP, people. Carry on there. Yeah, okay. Stand how you want, man. So, Simon, do your job. What have we got you up here for?
I got to get past the check.
The check is coming.
Oh, and the pretty check is...
Look at that design.
For a massive awesome. 1,500 euros. Congratulations, 1SPP. You guys earned it. You have to pose. 1 more 0. What point? A point here.
All right then, second team of the tournament. It's making me a bit sad.
I don't know. These guys
I'm really
they're my favorites in the sense that they're the most laid-back dudes.
You mean, yeah?
I don't know how they managed to win these games. Look at them.
The thing is, they're just really chilled and relaxed. Like they come here like.
Yeah, we knew this game.
It's cool. Let's play some tanks.
It was awesome. It was really good.
Yeah, it was just great. So, Spale, where are you guys? Spale. The angry
Actually, wait. I want Mappe to come say the name properly.
Spale.
Spale. Okay, man. So, congratulations. Simon, do your magic, man. Do your magic.
It's Venom. So, second place and 2,500 euros for their team. Spale. See, they're still laid back.
Yeah, look at it, just
whatever.
easy go. Oh, we won the tournament.
Bit of money.
We just ended second in the tournament. Yeah. It's cool, man. Let's play some tanks.
But okay, so
that's Spale. Give it up for Spale again.
Good job, guys.
And yeah, we're coming now to the big team.
These guys, I don't know what they're doing, but these guys are terrifying.
You think about it, like I'm thinking back.
I was like, maybe we'll have an event where the Polish don't win. But no.
No, I'm thinking about Katowice, Lemming train. I was betting my money on Lemming train in Katowice.
and now your money was on Spale.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is,
where's the curses here, maybe?
No, come on, Spale done really good.
They were really good.
But Lemming train, it was a bit sad how it ended in Katowice. So they come here and want to prove us.
Yeah.
That wasn't their game style.
So.
All right then, winner team.
Lemming train.
Alrighty then.
So
look at that.
For an awesome 5,000 euros, and officially at the moment, the top team in Europe, I would say. The Lemming train, guys.
Give it up for them.
Okay, so we're gonna do a little photo with these guys afterwards,
yeah, we need them.
Yeah.
We'll have to make us look better. We're going to be in the middle because I want to part of that fame.
Yeah. What?
I want to be famous as well now.
No.
Okay.
We don't let you be famous.
All right. I'm trying hard, but seems not to work. Well, anyway, yeah, before we do the photos, I want to just thank every viewer for being here live at the stage, cheering for the teams, the people who tuned in on the stream. Thank you very much. Maybe if you got time, check out our Facebook, our Twitter, /WOT Pro League. Stay in touch. There's got a lot of action coming up for the future. The whole year, it's so much planned, so much awesome games we're going to be able to see. So it's worth it. And I'll let you have the last word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Finally?
Go for it, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a really awesome time here at CeBIT. It's been one of the best tournaments we've ever had. The crowd have been absolutely amazing, really, really awesome. We hope that you guys have enjoyed the tournament. Again, as the casters have said, this is just a teaser as to what is about to come. This kind of prize money is about to become tiny compared to what we are going to be giving to these guys, and they're going to be having a chance to play for up to 100,000 euros for the next tournament. So please keep in touch with us. We will be releasing news all the time on our main page and through What Pro League, What Pro, What Pro. So yeah, just keep in touch with that and see what we're doing in the future. This really is just the beginning for Water Tanks. So we will be rolling out across Europe for the next 3 seasons, and you ain't seen nothing yet.